In the last video, we implemented annotations on a scatter plot to help communicate important points to our audience. In this video, we'll be creating a funnel chart to depict customer retention by cumulative number of orders. So first, what exactly is a funnel chart? A funnel chart quantifies and illustrates progress through a defined series of events, and it gets its name from the shape it resembles. These are very powerful charts when you have a use case, since the visualization really promotes the understanding of the data. One of the best uses of this type of chart is for sales conversions. Let's say you have 100 sales leads. If we're able to establish dialogue with 90 of them, we've converted 90% of our leads to relationships. We've also retained 90% of our original pool. If we do 50 consultations, we've converted 55.5% of our relationships to consultations and retained 50% of our original leads. Now those consultations have led to 40 proposals, which is 80% of our consultations and 40% of our leads. You see the pattern of calculation here, where a conversion is the number at the current stage divided by the number at the previous stage, and the retention is the number at the current stage divided by the first original number. This pattern is crucial to the table calculation we'll be creating in a minute. And to finish off this example, if we have 20 sales, that means we've converted 50% of our proposals and retained 20% of our original leads through the entire sales process. Now let's go ahead and create this in Tableau. We'll start by dragging unique orders out to rows and customer set to columns. We want to split out these bars by the cumulative order number. So let's drag that out to the label. We now see 397 first orders for customers who received less than a 5% discount, and 398 unique orders for customers who received 5% or higher discount on their first order. Now to give this a funnel effect, we need to set the width of each section of the bar, also based on the number of orders. So, Control drag sum of unique orders to size. And you can see our chart's taking shape right away. Let's make the whole viz a bit wider and assign a color based on the customer group. So hold Control again and we'll copy the customer segment to color. To make these tiers more distinct, let's add a border around each one. So click on Color, go to Border, and let's choose a dark gray. Now what we're interested in is finding out how many of our customers make it to their nth order. So out of 397 customers, how many have placed at least, let's say, 5 orders? And what percentage is that of the 397? So to do that, we need a calculated field that takes the number of orders placed at each level and divides it by the number of customers who placed an original first order. So first, let's copy unique orders to the label so we can get an idea of what number we can expect. So here we've got 390 over 397. In this, for 5, we'll have 286 divided by 397, and so on. Now let's make the calculated field. Right-click, Create Calculated Field. We'll call this Retention Rate. And we want this to be the sum of our unique orders divided by the first sum of unique orders. So again, we want sum of unique orders, but we want to wrap this in the lookup function because we're going to look up the first unique order value in the column. So what this should do is take the value of unique orders at every point along our funnel and look up the first point, the original 397 unique orders. The lookup function is a table calc that looks up and returns another data point on the viz based on the parameter you give it, this first element being the parameter. For example, lookup of something, -1, returns the previous number based on the calculation direction that you set, like table down. Remember, you can always click on a function to learn more about it. So let's hit OK, and let's drag this out to our label. It looks like it's currently using table across, The 1 is 100% of itself. It's looking up the leftmost column, and this is 0.0 or 0.3% higher. This is 1% higher, etc. So we can change that by using compute using, and we'll choose cumulative order for customer. Looks good. Let's format it. So we'll right click, format, change it to a percentage with 1 decimal place. So now for 5 orders, we have a 72% retention when we've given less than a 5% discount on the first order. So let's add a little context on the labels. Click on label and the ... by text, and we'll say order number, number of customers, and retention, just to give our numbers a little context. Now we can hop over to our dashboard and go ahead and drag it out. Make it a bit wider here. So we have our lifetime value comparison between customers who received less than a 5% discount on their first order versus those who received 5% discount or more. Our funnel chart compares the same group for customer loyalty. Our scatter plot helps us identify outlier customers or patterns in the relationship between discounts and margin. And finally, our box and whisker plot shows the distribution of discount percentage by order number, showing that the discount rate is not based on order number. So in this section, we explored the ad hoc dashboard creation process, some best practices, and some useful grouping methods and charts for conveying our message. In the next section, we'll take a look at a single dashboard and really focus on getting the formatting dialed. Great formatting and attention to detail can make all the difference in the world to your user. And while Tableau defaults are a good start, we can always customize it to our audience's preferences and expectations. Stay tuned.